Yeah.
Hey you guys, it's me Keisha and I'm here with this week's All Tea All Shade Real Housewives of New York City season 15 episode 7 review. I got some behind the scenes tea for you guys. So it was announced a few days ago that Erin is pregnant with her and Gabe's, I don't know, what is this, their third child? I think they got 2 kids already, I believe. Third or fourth child. So congratulations to Erin. She looks beautiful. So we'll get a bump at the reunion. Okay, so in this week's episode, I will say that I was pissed off. And I'm going to give this episode right out the gate an F. An F minus. I was that mad. But we'll get to why I was mad in a second. So in the beginning of the episode, Rebecca and Erin meet up for lunch and they sit down and Erin finally asks Rebecca, how is it being Jewish and a Scientologist? And she basically says, you know, they're both a religion. She uses Scientology basically for navigating everyday life, her stresses and this, that, and the third or whatever. And that people often get misinformation about Scientology and they need to really do their research and read up on it or whatever. And like I said, when I did my reaction video over on Patreon, if you have not joined, please do so. I am watching the episode for the first time with you guys over on Patreon. So you get to watch the current week's episode with me over there. The link is down below in my description box so you can join and watch along with me. But as I said in that video, I agree with her that you do need to do your own research so you can have your own opinion on the religion. But my feelings is I cannot condone any religion that if and when you decide you don't want to be a part of it anymore, you are shunned by not only the church and their members, but your family as well if they are still in Scientology. That is craziness to me. Because how can you promote love and all of these different things, but then when somebody changes their mind or don't want to be a part of this anymore, you are literally showing hate towards this person. And we've seen it in so many different situations with Tom Cruise, to be exact. When him and Nicole Kidman got a divorce, she no longer had access to their children that they adopted because she no longer wanted to be a part of Scientology, and the children and Tom still were. So she no longer had a relationship with her children, even still to this day. Same thing when Tom Cruise married Katie Holmes and she didn't want to be a part of the religion and she fled their home and their marriage to save not only her but their child. And because of that, Tom Cruise does not have a relationship with Suri Cruise, has not since she was a little girl, has not seen that girl, do not talk to that girl or anything because of this religion. Same thing with Leah Remini. When she and her family decided to leave, they were shunned from the church. They no longer have communication with other family members or friends or whatever in that religion. So I just came back that whole situation because of that. And I wish that those questions would have been probed to Rebecca to get some form of a response or an answer so we can get a better understanding, even though I don't really think that there is an answer for it. But I wish that they would stop beating around the bush and really go there with her, because at least we'll get something, because nothing is going on this season. Only thing that is going on this season was the situation between Ubah, Brynn, and Sai. Nobody else is stepping it up. I mean, we had Erin and her little situation with the Bitcoins with her husband or whatever and her mama, but that ain't really bringing nothing. Brynn ain't got no storyline. Jessel over there, you know, trying to have a baby, but we talked about that last season. Like, nothing is really happening on this show. Then we see Bryn, Erin, and Jessel get together, and Bryn flat out lies to Jessel and tells her that Jenna felt like her fashions were basic and called her a basic bee, when in all actuality she said that she thinks that Jessel is far from basic. And Bryn then asks her, well, what do you think about her fashion? Don't you think her fashions are basic? And she was like, I don't know. I have to think about that because I don't want to say that. Like, she never went there and said that. And then here go Bryn going back and spinning the story and making it something that it totally wasn't. And then she wonders why people have issues with her when you sit up here lying all the time. And then you want to sit up here and play victim and act like you are oblivious and don't know why people have issues with you. You are a liar, and you just lie for no freaking reason. And that shows boredom. It shows that you want to have a moment. You're lacking in your life, that you have to go around and do stupid stuff like this. It's weirdo behavior, to be honest with you. And we always talking about how Mia be lying. Bryn be lying too. Okay. And it's really kind of weird because it's over stupid petty stuff. Like, it's so weird. And of course Jessel felt some type of way about it. Because you look like her feelings was hurt, to be honest with you. Erin then goes on to tell Bryn and Jessel that Rebecca is pregnant by another man. And they're like, excuse you? And then Bryn was like, now it makes sense as to why she wasn't or hasn't been drinking. And so at first they had me with the she was pregnant, but then when it was by another man, I'm like, what? Because I just knew that this storyline was going to be about Racquel. But then when they were talking about Rebecca, I'm like, this pipsqueak. Like, no, she looked like she'd still drink Ovaltine after she get off work. Like, absolutely not. It just threw me, and I was like, something ain't right about this. It just wasn't sitting right with me. I was so confused, but they were eating it up, right? So I didn't know what to think or how to feel. Gabe, we find out in college, questioned his sexuality because he almost kissed another man in college. Maybe he do got a little affinity for another man. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe it could have just been an attraction towards that man. I'm not judging. I really honestly don't care. Him and Erin look like they be over there dibbling and dabbling in some stuff. So no judgment here. I will say, however, that he looked so much better in his confessional without that 5 o'clock shadow. He looked younger. He actually looked handsome. You know what I'm saying? And it made me see what Erin has saw in him all of these years, you know. But, you know, if Erin like it, I love it. And she pregnant by him again. So there you go, child. Bryn then tells Sci and Racquel that she heard that Rebecca and her husband are freaks and that they be sleeping around, and he really don't care that she slept with another man and he nutted up in her and she's supposedly pregnant by another man. And they like, girl, where you hear this information from? And she was like, I used to work with Gavin, so I reached out to some people that we knew, and they were like, yeah, that's how they get down. That's how their marriage is. Like, so once I found out what I found out at the end of the episode, I'm going to circle back to what Bryn said these people that her and Gavin know mutually had to say about his marriage with Erin. But once again, I'm sitting there like, Rebecca and her husband some freaks? I just don't see it. She looked tired. She looked too tired to be out here smashing the homies. Like, she looked like she need several naps. That lady looked like she is tired, okay? But all the girls is like, oh my God, she ain't boring no more. Like, they're shocked about this. And they're waiting on her to arrive because they're about to play dodgeball. And then Rebecca arrives saying that she feels nauseous. She doesn't feel well. She feels like she might have food poisoning. So everybody is really like, oh, she is really pregnant. This is really real. Jessel, before they play the game, confronts Jenna about calling her basic. And Jenna was like, I never said that. And she says that she didn't answer on purpose because Brienne was going in on Jessel. And Jessel was like, oh, okay. And Jessel pointed out in her confessional that you can't believe nothing that comes out of Brienne's mouth because she's always adding stuff to a story or taking away from a story. So now they're starting to see that she is a natural born liar. Jenna even now in her confessional says that she's cautious of Brienne because she lies so dang on much. So now people know that they can't trust you with anything. They can't trust you to tell the truth about anything. So now anything that comes out of your mouth is like inadmissible at this point. Like, it's like, okay, it's Brienne again. Don't know if she's telling the truth or lying. So we're not going to even take it seriously. And like, you should be embarrassed. You should be embarrassed that you're supposed to be this smart, savvy businesswoman. And now everybody looks at you like you're a liar. And it's pathetic, to be honest with you. So then, after they got done playing the game, Jenna whispers to Rebecca that the girls are talking about her. And she was like, talking about me about what? Like, what is it? She was like, I'm not going to tell you. I hate when people do that. Don't come to me telling me, watch out, da-da-da-da, but then you won't tell me who, what, when, and where. Like, come on now, we grown. But Rebecca immediately turns to Erin and was like, you told them? You told them? And she was like, well, I told Jessel and Brienne. And so Rebecca gets up angry and storms out. Erin goes to follow her. The ladies are looking like, oh, shit, it's going down. And then they get outside of the room and they're hugging. And Erin says, you did good. And I said, I know you lying. I know you lying. I know you lying that this whole thing was a freaking joke. It was a joke. And they dedicated a whole episode to this joke. This is how lackluster this season is. Like, these girls need to be embarrassed. They need to be ashamed because y'all are not bringing it. And I tried to ride with these girls. They had the potential to be great, but they're just refusing to go there because they're not trying to be messy. They're not really trying to throw daggers at each other outside of Brienne and Ubah. But they're all holding back. They're all producing not only themselves, but scenes, obviously. And it's like, what are y'all doing? This is Housewives. Obviously, none of y'all are built for this life. None of y'all are. None of y'all are. This is Housewives. And the OG Housewives would have never had to go to this type of lengths to even have any type of motion going on. Okay. Bravo. I think even Andy was disappointed in this week's episode because it's like, really? I know all the viewers were pissed. At this point, I don't think that RHONY needs to be rebooted again or anything like that. I don't think that it needs to be shelved or any of that. What I do feel is that bring back Sonia, Luann, and Dorinda. Please. Please bring them back. They deserve to be back. They shouldn't have to suffer because of what one person, meaning Ramona, did. Okay? Bring the three of them back. I don't honestly feel like they should keep any of the newbies. I think all of them can go. If they did decide to keep any of the newbies, I think that it should be Ubah and maybe Brienne, even though she's irking me. And that's really honestly it. Maybe a little bit Cy and Jessel, you know. No, but I honestly don't feel like any of them should come back. Bring back the three OGs and then bring in three new ones, new women that's gonna actually get in the mud, get in the paint, and really go there. Okay. And then we got a show because the three OGs know how to come in and wreck ish and not care. They're going to ask the questions. They're going to let loose and not care about the cameras or their image. These girls are so image guarded and it shows and it's boring. And the fact that this whole episode once again was based upon a fucking joke is a joke within itself. And I'm over it. This is an F. Worst housewife show on this year that's on right now. Y'all are doing RHONY a disservice. RHONY used to be one of my top 3 housewives shows, and not anymore. Not anymore. And it's unfortunate. Y'all let me know, however, what y'all thought about this week's episode. Were y'all as annoyed as I am and was? Let's talk about it down below in the comment section. Please make sure to thumbs up this video, subscribe to my channel, and turn on your post notifications so you know when my videos drop. I love you guys, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.